Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. We are your hosts. I'm Pete.
And I'm Mitch, and on today's episode, we fill you in with all the surfing Pete has done. I think he told me something about a wetsuit in a van, and he just told me to remind him I had to set an alarm. So tell me.
Yeah. Speaking of alarms, there's one going off outside my house by the sound of it, or your house, or something. But anyway, what happened? What happened? I went for a surf. Well, I say I went for a surf. I looked on a camera, staying at a friend's house in Bude. Looked on a camera and surf. There's a wave. Let's go for a surf. Chucked our wetsuits on. Chucked boards on the top of my car. Drove down to the beach. Got there absolutely flat. Nothing in the half an hour it took to get there. And so basically, I just went for a drive in my wetsuit. I put my wetsuit on to go for a drive.
Wow. So this is...
Don't tell me you have never done that in your life.
Well, I've definitely, I think probably like a lot of people, I've been when you start surfing, you do that, don't you? You will get in your suit and drive to the beach. But I think that's something you only make that mistake once.
No, I think I've done it like before when you go somewhere, got changed into a dry suit, just drive straight to the beach, get changed when you get out back into the car and whatever. And yeah, but I'm still 50-50 about always doing it, because I always, when you put a wetsuit on and you're not in the water, you start sweating, don't you?
You sweat immediately, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
and then
awful.
Everything's all like, yeah, it's terrible, but what can we say? My seat, I still haven't fixed my seat yet either, so I'll be going down and down throughout the episode tonight again.
Probably not helpful for audio listeners, but
There you go.
yeah. No, I used to do that when I started surfing when I was in Saltburn. We'd go from Thirsk, which is about 45 minutes away, and we'd just be suited up already. But I'd have to go pick my mate up, so that was 20 minutes before we'd even start.
Right.
And I'm like,
No.
why did we do that? Because it's so uncomfortable.
I wouldn't do it. 45 minutes is too much.
Yeah, I know.
This is just literally 5-10 minutes down the road. So I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever, that's fine. But nah.
So this whole week, I've been waiting for you to tell me about this surf, thinking you had some epic surf story, and that was it.
That was it. Did you? I'd like to elaborate, because we were running out of time on the last one with Yvette as well, because we realised we'd babbled on at the end of Yvette's episode for 40 minutes by ourselves, and I think we were cutting each other off on it just to try and get it done, and we had so much to talk about. So this was going to be another Devon episode, but we've still got so much to talk about now that we're getting this one out because of our next trip and loads of other stuff that's happening. So yeah, we just go through it, and I did want to go into more of your barrels as well.
I mean,
because now you're the barrel king, the barrel king of Scotland.
Firstly, you will never go into my barrels.
Wait, and thirdly, I've come up with a theory that you rang me today and said something about how nice the weather is up there. Leighton was in Scotland last weekend before, walking up in the hills of wherever, and the weather was glorious. Every time you go surfing to a northern direction from where you are, to a spot that shall name undisclosed, the weather's glorious. I think there's a thing going on with Scotland, that there's a conspiracy where everyone in Scotland just moans that, oh yeah, the weather's shit, the weather's awful, it's terrible, don't come up here. And really, you've been basking in glorious sunshine and warm weather for the last however many years, and people are just like, oh, I was really lucky when I went to Scotland, the weather was all right. Because even when I came up, the weather was all right.
Firstly, we don't moan about the weather, we accept the weather. Secondly, I think you'll find it's your very English, stereotypical, racist approach to what you think of in Scotland. We also get sunshine. That's right. And we just happen to be having loads of it right now. It was actually, do you know what? I was at the resort today just briefly, and it was 9 degrees, right? I think it got up to a blistering 11 degrees outside. And I would say I'm in flip-flops and boardies, but I'm in flip-flops and boardies when it's snowing. So that doesn't really tell any amount of the story. But because it's such a sun trap with a quarry all around it, and it sits within, all the hills as well, there is like no wind. And genuinely, it felt like it was about 20 degrees, 24 degrees, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking, when it is actually 24 degrees and there's no wind, it's just going to be roasted.
It's going to feel like you're in the middle of the Sahara.
There was actually, because it was such a nice vibe there yesterday, again, sun was out, and there was actually, Seb, I was doing loads of surf skate training. We have like Wednesday uni clubs. So in the afternoon, we have like uni surf clubs come up. So yesterday there was 90 uni students, I want to say from Newcastle Uni, big shout out Newcastle Uni. There was 90 of them, but there was people just skating about with Seba, just taps off. Yeah. Like, and I was like, it was like 7 degrees yesterday, but again, it felt super warm in there. So yeah, it'd be interested to see how that actually pans out when it is toasty hot.
Well, I sent Seba a message yesterday, and I even practiced a bit of Spanish on him, and I just got no reply whatsoever.
Yeah.
How rude, Seba! How rude.
Yeah, but you don't know what you said in that message, do you? Is probably the problem.
Yeah. I said, "Mi novia es muy bonita."
I've got no idea what that is, so I'm not even going to pretend.
Yeah, well, Seba will, and some other people will as well. They'll laugh at it. So there you go. Anyone that speaks Spanish will go, "Oh, really?"
So we kind of waffled on loads last time and didn't really get to go into it in too much. Well, yeah, we didn't really go into it in detail. It was kind of worthy of its own episode, is what we should have established before that episode. So I guess we'll just talk about it a little bit more now. Barrels was specifically the thing you were on about and the thing I've been doing.
And I still also, while we're on that, I still can't believe before you get to your barrels is you haven't posted the clip of you comparing me and Ben Skinner to a protein shake and a milkshake, which I've been laughing at for 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, but by the time this comes out, it'll be out, so that was wasted.
Oh, well, yeah, but at the moment in time, it is still making me laugh.
Fine.
Something you said. So, yeah.
Everything I say makes you laugh. But anyway, so yeah,
Lies.
I wanted to try barrels finally. Lee, somebody we'll be having on the show soon. We had decided, don't know why, the date was just plucked out, but this was the date. It was supposed to be the 4th of May was when I was going to be getting barreled, right? And
Star Wars Day.
Yeah, on turns, we think it's wave 4, maybe 5, you do get a barrel on, not every set, but sometimes you'll get a barrel, and I've seen people in it, and I'm like, I wanted to try it there, because I'm, comfortable on that, super comfortable on that wave. I'm doing everything right. Well, I'm doing everything, good enough that should a barrel happen, I'm kind of in position, technique's okay, but I was comfortable doing it. So I was just like, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to jump on the Wednesday, our staff session on a Wednesday as barrels. And I was like, I want to hang with the cool kids. And thought I'd go out and do barrels. But my game plan wasn't to go out and get barreled. It was just to go out, surf a bit in front of the barreling section and just get comfortable, maybe work a little bit backwards, which is actually quite a nice way to do it. You obviously don't get that choice in the ocean. You're just going to get what you get. But to be able to just sort of work back slowly, wave after wave after wave was the game plan. And if it happened, it happened. On the first one, I went on the first session. So there was a picture that suggested I was in there, but I definitely wasn't claiming it because I wanted to, be fully. I see it all before I'm like,
is that 100%. Is that the one you sent me? Is that the picture you sent me?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. You weren't in it.
Fuck off. That one I was. So I only had one wipe out, and that was actually a takeoff error. That wasn't even a just getting it wrong in the barrel. So again, the thing I was really cautious of, because again, I've no actual experience of it in the ocean, was on that wave, like it's sucking so much water up the face of it. It's also trying to pull your board up. It just wants to take your nose and throw it up into the lip. But again, I was like, felt so in control of my board. I was out on my rocket wide and just felt so super in control of it. So I went straight back in the next day on barrels. And yeah, I got 2 barrels. Again, wasn't super deep, but it was enough. These are the ones, I won't have to tell this story again, but these are the ones I claimed the second one and changed my 10 claim to a 5 mid-claim. I've not got the video of that yet because the guys that were filming are making a documentary for Napier Uni. So they sent me some photos, but I don't have the videos, so I'll need to do some sort of follow-up with that. But I went back in last night for again staff session barrels. And what's cool is I've unlocked a whole new session. Like there's a new time in the day I'm able to surf now that I couldn't do before, which is for me is just class. But again, I wasn't really trying to get super deep barreled. I was just trying to be. I was wanting to be in there, but really understand what the fuck was going on, because there's like a bend in the wave in front of you, and that's the point where it starts to barrel. And obviously you need to be behind that, but it's odd because you have so much time to set up, but you also have to be so low in the wave, obviously, to get in there. It's almost like you've got all this time to think about setting up. Then it's, if you get it wrong, it's even more annoying because you're like, I've literally had 10 seconds of setup time or whatever it is before it happens. But as a dude was paddling back out, yeah, go on. What?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you reckon it is doable actually on a longboard?
I would say yes, but I think what I'm experiencing, my problem is even though I'm trying my best not to, I'm still quite far ahead of the wave. Like I'm close enough to get like I'm in it, but I can't see it fully.
Yeah.
And I'm trying my
I
best
suppose
to
the
stall.
speed you're going to have to stall like mad, aren't
Well, you
you
do.
on a longboard?
So basically, I'm check turning. I'm doing like a little check turn when I get to the bottom just to slow down and stall a little bit more. But I think you're going to be so fast on a log. I think the work you would have to do to get in there. I mean, fuck. I saw Craig McLachlan yesterday. He literally airdropped off the lip into the barrel, and I'm just like, I'm still trying to adjust both my feet. Like when I've got that 10 seconds of setup time and you're airdropping in, it was absolute madness.
Do you know what I like? I do like the fact that you're saying as well that you're really scared about hitting that lip and getting flung round in the barrel.
Yeah.
And but when you sent Andy Haddon into it in a Santa costume, you're like, yeah, just go in there and just wipe out in the barrel.
But all I'm doing, I'm on the camera for that. Like you do what you do, you know. Ultimately,
but when it comes to you, like
no. But I didn't build a wave garden for myself. Andy did.
Well, yeah.
So
I'll give you that.
So I think you definitely could get barrel, but I think there's a lot of work to get in there just because it's so fast. And what's annoying is that I've said this before, but I always thought my naturally slow surfer ability would be beneficial to barrel riding, but it turns out I'm too quick for the barrel.
You're going to have to stop saying you're an average surfer soon. And I don't know if did you overlay the footage over the last episode when we were talking about it or not?
About what?
About like recent surfs and stuff like that. Did you overlay the footage?
I think I've had some footage on there. I can't. No, because I've not got that footage yet. I've only got a phone clip, so the actual barrel riding ones.
I sent you the footage of my amazing wave that I talked through as well, which was if I don't know if you put that on or not, because to be honest, I didn't watch your episode because you just make me look bad in the edits all the time, so I'm fed up of looking at myself. I don't make myself look bad. That's impossible. You make me look bad.
Right.
Okay. That's what we're doing. That's what we're going with. But what else been happening? Anything else? We've been getting ready for anything else?
Yeah, man. So in the middle of working out the next edition of the show, which is going to be Lost Shore Surf Resort. And do you know what? I'm actually looking forward, because this will be the first time I've been able to just enjoy the resort for the resort. Like, week off, and it's just us hanging at Lost Shore and filming with guests and surfing. It's going to be absolutely epic. So to just enjoy it for what it is, and it not be work, even though it's work, but it's it's going to be super fun. So hopefully we'll get some beach time as well. Because actually, I think the last time you came up, we only got one surf when we done Scotland before.
Yeah, we went right up to your northern spot, Aberdeenish area, which was the best place I've ever surfed in my life, where you could see my feet, and I'm stood up in the ocean, but I was on your crap log that I hate. But it was it was one. No, well, we got one ocean surf and we got one Kirkcaldy.
E-foil. Yeah, that was turbo fun.
So, honestly, I still have to say to people when I say e-foiling. Actually, that said, I talk about a foil in the lineup the other day as well that I saw. But yeah, that said, the e-foils, I wouldn't class the e-foils and the foiling anywhere near the same sort of thing. because the e-foil is a totally different fun, and the e-foil is something like if you're ever in Scotland area around like Edinburgh, around that area, or you're going to Lost Shore, check out e-foiling because honestly, he was so good and it was so much fun. We just fucking laughed for
Oh, it was mega fun, yeah.
best part of 3 hours, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
even like afterwards, because like how sore we were afterwards and stuff like that.
Oh, it's hard work,
I
yeah.
don't know. Yeah, it's like that. You go down there in the morning and like we see these massive things lying out as we come down, on the side. We're like, oh my god, they're a
Yeah.
lot bigger than and it's a bit murky. It's like what I think traditional Scottish weather is, a little bit murky, a little bit a little bit misty or whatever. And then as when we went out onto the water, it all cleared up, and there was just like it was a bit choppy and everything. But
No.
that's so
No,
much
no,
fun.
no. We went in the harbour and it cleaned up.
Oh yeah,
Remember?
no, and that was glorious. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it was in the harbour, but he said, look, I wouldn't take customers out in this. It was howling. Because I remember,
Yeah.
because I'd e-foiled once before that, I think.
Yeah.
I remember saying to you, oh, it might be choppy, but once you get to your feet, it's actually quite easy. And then it took me about an hour to get to my feet.
I'm not a professional e-foiler per se, but
Also, we had to get him to carry the e-foils back up the beach because we were so burnt at the end of it. It is mega
not
fun.
only is he, it's so much
But
fun.
the reason we had Lloyd on with eFoil Scotland was exactly your reaction there. I remember being asked before. Somebody messaged me and said, "Look, I'm just looking for like a lifeguard to take me out. I've just bought an eFoil and you can have a go on it, but I want to be comfortable." So I was like, "Cool." And I was like, eFoils are always just cutting about in the lineup, like getting in everyone's way, sort of thing. And then when I went out, I realised, one, the cost of these things, but two, how professional so far the people I've seen that use them operate them. And I realised I've never actually, I can now say I have, but at the time I had never actually seen an e-foil in a lineup of surfers. I might have seen an e-foil in the water when I've been surfing, but nowhere near anyone surfing waves. And when I said it to you about, let's do e-foil Scotland, you were exactly the same thing. You're bloody e-foils ruining lineups, and same thing. Like, you hadn't actually seen it happen, but come out and realise it is crazy fun.
I don't think that you'd see many e-foils. I know you've seen an e-foil in the lineup, as in you've been out with Lloyd, so you've seen an e-foil in the lineup. But that was a ridiculous day, and he goes out, and in all fairness, he's surfing in lineups where there's no one there, and it's only because you're local to that beach that you've gone out in your penthouse apartment that you're never ever going to sell or get rid of because you paid good money to live by the beach. Direct quote from you. Let's see what happens in your near future. And also, yeah, I forgot what I was saying because I got on such a rant now. But no, it's that thing of like e-foils in the lineup, you won't see any. But I saw a foil in the lineup in Bude, and it's fucking terrifying. It came past me it came out from like miles out, and it's obviously like normal foil, so you're pumping like that. And once you get on the wave going, and he was so far out that I didn't even know he was there, and then all of a sudden it came past me. He must have come past me, and it was fucking close as well because I could hear the blade cutting through the water, and it was like shh, like that, and I was like, if that had been any closer, or if you hit someone in that, you're gonna decapitate them.
100%, yeah. It's going to go wrong.
I don't know.
Quick.
I do not like. It's me adjusting my chair again while I'm talking, so just keep sliding down. But I don't like them in the lineup foils. I'll put that out there. Is they're worse than paddle boarders.
There you go. Worse than scooter kids. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, it's just I just think they're too dangerous. I just think there's going to be someone. If you're going to do that, I think you've got to be in such control over it that I don't know. There's multiple things. I to be honest, I don't know how the mechanics of the standard foil works compared to the e-foil. But the e-foil, when you come off of it, it's moving at such a speed, it carries on going. You've got to fucking swim like fuck to get it afterwards.
You do, yeah.
But if you come off a normal foil, is it that same thing? Because it's being propelled at that speed. Does it carry on going like that? Because even then, you're not going to ditch it because you've got a distance to go.
Well, they're a lot lighter. I guess an e-foil's turbo heavy, which is why the momentum will project it further when you come off. But a foil, like, they're super light. It's like a surfboard, but with a blade on bottom. And obviously it's carbon, so it's light anyway, so it probably doesn't go as far.
Yeah.
But also that means it's coming for you if it doesn't go that far.
It's like a surfboard with a blade on bottom. It's like a jacket potato with Stanley knives in it.
See, I wonder if they'll make. I wonder if they'll make a
fucking hell.
knee foil surf skate. It's just somebody skating about on the esplanade, like 4 foot above the ground.
No, just shouldn't.
So,
I remember
yeah.
those things. They had the bouncy, like they were shoes with like springs in them, but they were like big. You used to moon boots or something they were
Yeah,
called. You used to be able to jump like stupid high on them.
Yeah, you are pretty old though.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're doing a Lost Shore edition pretty soon, and that will be like
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about.
that will be. I think that will be the remainder of the year's worth of episodes actually.
Well, we've still got 2 Devon ones left. One's not coming out till later in the year.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one will be out not the next episode because that'll be a Lost Shore roundup and everything of the week and everything like that. But the episode after will be that a Devon one, and then there's one more Devon to come out later in the year, which is Mr. Jack Besant, but from Reef, but it's not coming out yet because of other stuff that's happening.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That was just an epic day, and we bigged it up loads on previous episodes, but we've not been able to release it yet. We never got release it. So yeah, look forward to that one. So yeah, loads coming up. Hopefully loads of surfing. Looking forward to Pete and his anti-wave garden mentality, which is actually fine. You know, just going to get to come and experience it, and it'd be nice to hear some honest feedback because sadly, Pete is at times an oversharer with his opinions.
Sadly, Pete is brutally honest sometimes, and it's not
honest.
brutally honest. But there is a couple of other things that actually. So yeah, well, let's go to Lost Shore stuff first instead of jumping around too much like we normally do, like a bloody dog with a new toy. So Lost Shore, we're going to be there from, when is it? March 29th?
Yeah, the
like that.
Saturday. Or actually, it'll be the Friday you're driving up, and obviously I'll just be there because I'll be working.
Yeah.
So
and then we'll be there for that week until the April the 7th, 6th, 7th, like
whatever
that.
the Sunday is, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're about, come and say hello. Maybe we'll try and do like a wee proper meet and drinks and something like that in the bar area.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. That'd be
and
cool.
we could come and do some, I don't know, surfing. But also, I'm thinking we could do almost like a live not a live episode, sorry, but people coming out the water, and we could have a stand, like desk set up.
Yeah.
And people
Yeah.
can just come and tell us about their experience. So that could be a cool
Yeah.
idea.
That brings me on to something else that you just said, having a desk set up and a stand set up
Right.
later on in the year, because we've always got a next trip booked in as well. So we're super organised now. It's
Oh, we do, don't we? Yeah.
yeah, we do. So it is going to be at the Surf and Skate Expo in Newquay. So we're not just going to do Newquay again before someone starts going, no, you've fucking done Newquay before. Yeah, we're going to be in Newquay, but we're going to be at the Surf and Skate Expo for the weekend of the 12th to the 14th of September. And we're actually going to have like a little recording studio in there set up, and it's going to be good. It's going to be epic. There's loads of people coming in. There's guests. It's a ticketed, so it's the people who are doing the Surf Skate Expo they've got Wavelength now, and they're doing that, and they've got the longboarder mag and Wavelength. See that strategically placed today there. But yeah, it's going to be, as we say, in April, and it's surfing and skating companies. It's a ticketed event, but the tickets are free. So you go to uksurfskateexpo.com and you have to register for a ticket, but it's from the 12th to the 14th of September, and across those days it's free. There is also a UK, they're holding, I think it's on the Friday night, UK Surf Awards or something like that. It's going down as well.
Ooh.
And yeah, that'll be fun to go to. So yeah. And
Am I nominated for barrels?
Oh, yeah. You're on. Oh, I was just going to say something completely inappropriate for the podcast then, but
You just realised
that's
we
what
were
you're
recording, did
nominated
you?
for. Yeah, just realised we were recording and not in a just general conversation. Yeah.
I actually,
So yeah, that's going to be good fun. So that's going to be in September, and we're going to be there. But the rest of the week we're going to be around Cornwall, because we've got 5 or 6 different people already. We've said we'll go and see in Cornwall that are varied from Truro to viewed, I think. So the whole distance of Cornwall.
Well, you can plan that one out, and I will just be told where to go and where to be, and I'll look forward to it.
Right. I'm so good. I've got it planned out 6 months before we even go there.
All right, of course you do.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Yeah. So that's that one. What else? What else we got to talk about? There's loads of stuff. There's loads more stuff I want to talk about. Do you know what else I want to talk about? I want to talk about these things. These couple of charities that I found recently that have popped up on my Instagram feed, and I've just looked at them and I've been like, oh, do you know what? I really like that. And one of them is called One Last Wave Project, and I don't know if you've come across this yet.
No.
Have you seen them?
No.
And basically, it's a company that's this is charity, and they do One Last Wave, and it's for people who've like lost someone or going through a hard time with the loss of a loved one when they were like ocean orientated in some way, and they'll get a hand-shaped board and carve the names of people into them, and then take it out for one last wave. And it just, I don't know, it just really touched me actually for someone who's like normally like, oh yeah. But it was like, I just thought it was a really, really nice idea.
Yeah,
and
that's really
they're
cool.
worth checking out. They're on Instagram, and they've got a website and everything like that where you can get in touch and you can submit a person's name for the One Last Wave. Yes, just One Last Wave Project on Instagram.
Yeah,
that was a good one. And the other one was Everyone on Boards, and they're a charity for young people and families, and they are a non-profit organisation empowering young people and families through skateboarding, snowboarding and surfing, and they're worth checking out as well on Instagram. That I was looking the other day, and their mission's to empower young people within the community, equipping them with transferable skills for making them more confident, healthy and informed choices in their lives. So they're a really good charity as well.
That's really cool. Check you out, actually, had done some research or something.
Mate, I've done loads of stuff this week. I've been, I don't know what's wrong with me. I've just, actually, to be honest, as I said, I've been eating better. I've been training again, and I've been sleeping really well from it. And it's just, everything's been good.
Good.
You know? Also,
good.
It gets better that the longboarding's now been added to the 2025 Caravan and Motorhome Club for the English National Surfing Championships at Watergate Bay. So that's good as well.
Heavy spot, old Watergate.
Isn't it?
Definitely been rumbled there. I don't know. I don't know if we've surfed there. I've surfed there quite a few times, but yeah, I've been rumbled quite a few times.
I went there. I remember I think the last time I surfed Watergate, I think I went with Leighton and Spoons, and I think I gave first of all I took my longboard. Leighton had his longboard, and I had a mid-length that I gave Spoons to go out on. And really, I should have given him the longboard and me the mid-length first of all. But fuck that, I wanted a longboard. And it was just good fun. But I changed over. But I remember he talked about it when he came on the podcast. I think it's like episode 7 or something. But like how he went to stand up and the board just disappeared from underneath him, like stuff like that.
What are you going to surf at Lost Shore?
I'm going to surf whatever boards they've got there, because I'm not bringing a board because I'm coming in my car, so I'm not bringing my board with me. So I'll just surf. I prefer to surf whatever's there and see what offerings you've got. Also, I was thinking about it for Lost Shore. I'd like to start on the lowest wave and like go up through them, and like I can talk about how they were on each one then as well.
No, that's a good way to do it. I mean, it's also, other people would describe that as the fanny's way to do it. If I was you, I would start at high performance and work backwards.
Yeah,
you might just jump in, mate.
Do that then.
Jump in.
Yeah, just do a bomb.
So you think we get you in a barrel by the end of the week?
I don't know. I reckon it's before. Well, if I did it by the end of the week and it was before you, it'd be epic, wouldn't it? On the longboard as well.
Think your arms.
You got tiki fish up. You got tiki fish up there.
I've got the fish. I've got the twin fin as well, and I've got actually the other one we still can't talk about. But yeah, no, I've got the Evo 7.6. So yeah, there's plenty up there for you to use. But yeah, and then we've got all the demo boards as well. There's rentals, foamies, there's all sorts. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how you find it. So yeah.
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 So yeah, Tiki sponsored the Devon editions of the show, and we still have a discount code for them as well if you want 10% off from Tiki.
Use the discount code UK Surf Pod, and that will get you 10% off everything but boards.
Yeah, because I'm really thankful to them. I don't think we bigged them up enough on how they supported the show and supported the Devon editions of the show. Because without them, we'd be skint.
That's true.
They do cost a fortune, these trips, and without sponsors for it, and without thank you to them. And thank you for everyone that uses the discount codes we give out for stuff. Yeah, you get discounts. Some of them we get a nice little kickback off of, and it helps get stuff for the show, and helps people buy their new microphones that you can probably see on their screen now. Now they've got it all posh.
Oh, I think mine's out of shot actually.
Oh, that's a shame,
shot,
isn't it?
yeah.
Just lift it up slightly so you can show everyone that you're now a professional podcaster.
No.
Look at that, eh? Well, yeah.
I ruined all my setup now. Yours is coming.
Good. Where's mine?
Yours is coming.
Is it? Where is it though?
How
many times has it been coming?
I would shout out Gears for music, but you've screwed me about so many times. I've made 4 payments for 2 things, and it's still not here. You can take that as a shout out.
Oh man, but yeah. So what's been like? Because I've been talking to Biscuit Arms as well, Alan Bissiker, which I didn't realise he's no longer a strength and air conditioning unit. He's now a he's just a unit. He's a proper management role, isn't he, and stuff like that now.
He is, but I don't know how much you'd want us to talk about that, so maybe we'll just immediately move on and remind you, if you wanted 60% off the annual membership for Adrenaline Athlete, use the discount code UK Surf Show at checkout, and that will be for both the home or the gym edition of the Olympic S&C tailored to you specifically training program.
But
nice
going
link.
back to that,
right?
Okay. So I sent him a message.
You can't tell the story. You can't, because I know how this ends. You can't tell this story.
I can tell this story because I can tell that I can leave part of the end bit out of it, so I can tell this story. But actually, I can, because you don't know what story I was going to tell. So shut the fuck up. Yeah, he messaged. I messaged him and said about getting back on his program, because now Mitch is a fat civilian, and all he does is eat pie and square sausage, and he doesn't do any training anymore. That I want to become the ultimate surfing machine, just so I can paddle round him 50,000 times before he even gets
you're
out
a
of his
longboarder.
wetsuit. Yeah, but anyway, that's not the point. So he said he was setting me up for strength and air conditioning on skating and surfing, and he didn't fucking do it.
Well, there's a great advert.
But no,
use the discount code UK Surf Show.
Yeah, no, but he said he's been busy, and he's setting it up for me now, so he's put me back on the program. But what I was going to actually say was the amount that I know the amount that Leighton got out of Alan's program, and bearing in mind Leighton was already a qualified what do they call it, personal trainer, so he had a bit of knowledge there to what he was doing anyway. And you'd seen him; he looks like a bloody and but the stuff he's taken from Alan's program and moved into his, now he's created his own thing off of it, with all the things that he said, it literally changed the way he trained and everything. And it's honestly I don't know. I can't big up Alan enough, because he is good at what he does, and the way he gets you to train is very. I think you see benefits very quickly.
I'm laughing because how have you turned into you've got proper gym queen chat and you've not even started training yet? like you're training 4 times a day. That's how you're talking. You haven't started yet, you fucking Eminem looking motherfucker.
I have started. I can remember stuff that was on there before. I've started doing stuff,
right?
But he hasn't set me up on his new program. I've been doing it as soon as I found out we were coming to Lost Shore. I've started. I was like that.
So
go.
So you started last week.
Yeah.
Well, you've thought about starting.
When did I start eating properly and doing stuff? Probably about 2 months ago. Started eating better and started training and started doing stuff.
Well, actually, that's probably going to save us a fortune on this trip then. If you're not eating 4 meals per every meal you eat, that's where all the money goes. People wondering.
No, the money goes on you going, oh, I suppose you're coming. I better buy some square sausage and haggis, hadn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Whereas, like someone said on the Devon trip about you bringing haggis, and I was like, yeah, he actually brought some with him.
That's because you asked me to. It's because you asked me to. See,
It's
another
not even the point.
stereotypical
I didn't ask you to.
racist comment.
No, I didn't ask you to. I didn't ask you to. You asked, shall I bring some haggis and square sausage? And I said, no, bring some white pudding. No, fruit pudding. And did you bring fruit pudding? No, it's the only thing you didn't bloody bring.
Anyway, stop talking. How nice is it to record one of these in the evening and it's still daylight outside? Well, it is up here because we get more daylight than you.
Yeah.
But it's
still
quite cool.
daylight out here. I've just got the blind closed because I hate the
Actually,
world.
when you come up, the clocks will have changed, won't they? Or that's not far off.
I think it's that weekend.
So we got
that
loads
they
of
change,
daylight.
actually.
Loads of daylight.
Yeah.
Should be
Yeah.
fun.
Loads more time. So what have we got planned for that week, like recording wise? Anything that
Fuck
we can
knows.
share
There's
with people yet?
no, nothing, because we need to put that plan in place. So
I thought you said on the last episode we're changing some things about the way we record.
oh yeah, we're just gonna film all the all the goings on during the day, like us traveling around and all the little bits that kind of make the YouTube video.
Traveling from the lodge to the pool, from the
Oh,
lodge
it's
to
like
the
a
pool.
5-10 minute walk. So are we right up
Is
the
there not
top?
vehicles?
Well, there is.
Are
But
we?
yeah, we're right up the top. We've got a proper view.
Get one of those little go-karts I've seen you and the Grand Kahuna bombing round on.
Well, that's we've got them. I'd really want to record one episode on the water, and it's just all of us on like big inflatable lilos. Like you could be cutting about on Nessie, for example, and then just I don't know. Every now and again, they just pulse a wave through like a massive monster.
Well, if we're doing that, we'll take your recorder in, all right? Not my one.
Happy days.
There must be a way to do it, but I don't know how the. Well, there must be, because like you said, what's his name does it, doesn't he, in the water?
Strider does it.
Yeah.
But
So,
they've
yeah.
got a lot more money than us. So it's going to be a good week. If you're about, come and say hello and try and hang out. Hopefully we can get a surf together as well. And look forward to a load of episodes about the resort and what we found of it, or what Pete found of it, because I already know what it's like.
Yeah. Look at a non-biased view of it.
Yeah, defo.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good. I'm looking forward to trying out some of the other tiki boards out there as well, and as you say, just try and seeing what the whole place is about, seeing why you're so excited to go to work every day, and seeing some familiar faces and people that I've spoken to before, people to get disappointed when I meet them in real life that I don't go, hello.
You sometimes do.
Yeah. Sometimes I do, but
Okay.
very rarely. But yeah. So don't forget, if you want 10% off from Surface Wetsuits, use the discount code UK Surf Show 24 and that'll get you 10% off at Surface.
And if you want 10% off of TK minus boards, use the discount code UK SurfPod. And if you want 60% off the annual membership for Adrenaline Athlete, Olympic Strength and Conditioning Coach, use the discount code UK Surf Show at checkout.
And Cookville as well, who is nicely sending us some more stuff to represent up in Scotland. Do you know? I think when this comes out, when's this come out? This week or next week?
Nah, next week.
If it's next week, I'll be
Here.
I'll be in you when it comes out, and I'll be in Scotland. So. Cookville clothing, UK Surf Show 10, and that will get you 10% off from Cookville, because we'll be repping some nice new Cookville clothing up there as well.
Let's clarify something, and the listeners can get involved. Please feel free to write to P.O. Box Pizza Dick. But if anyone's going to be in anyone between you and me, you are the post box in this relationship, and I am the postman. Let's be clear.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, you've been in the army long enough, so it's probably true.
There you go. But I'd cuddle you afterwards.
Anyway.
So it's all good.
All
right, well, there you go. There's a way to finish.
But that's it. Yeah.
See you on barrels.
Yeah.
Don't even
So,
mean that.
looking forward to that. And, come and see us if you're in Scotland. Come and say hello. We'll be around Lost Shore for the week.
Surfing.